Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Thought I'd fill you in on what I got going on this week in the garage. It's been a while since I've been out here working, and let me flip the camera around. It's a freaking mess in here, but so we're getting old Hank ready to take out for the season. It's car show season, you know, getting to be. And at least for those of us who live in the Arctic tundra of northern Minnesota. And yeah, so doing carburetor stuff. I remade this fuel line here. It was kind of wonky. It kind of came out of here like this one does, down sediment bowl into a filter, then a sediment bowl, then into the carburetor, and I feel like it was just allowing a bunch of stuff to go through that sediment bowl, so I kind of changed it up a little bit and put sediment bowl, then filter. You know, I probably don't need them both, but the sediment bowl don't have a screen, so that's why I did that. And my gas valve, my fuel valve here, has a leak. It needs new packing, so I got new packing coming and a rebuild kit for that. I got carb gaskets for that because the needle's got some stuff in it, so I want to pull it apart for the third time, but this time I'm going to replace the gasket. I feel like all the stuff in there is probably fine, so if the needle still sticks open, then I can at least shut the fuel off, you know, when it's parked or whatever. So today I've got the seat flipped up here, and I got this is a cheap black carpet from Walmart, and I'm going to replace or cover up this carpet that's in here and just kind of make the floor look a little better, because the front just had this wood and then some shitty rubber floor mats, and it just wasn't very cool. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and probably not gonna film it, but who knows? Maybe I'll set up the mount. So I kind of jumped the gun here, and I already have this seat loose. So we're gonna pull that out of there. And in this particular automobile, somebody has replaced the factory mounts, which would make it hinge like that, with this angle iron type stuff. And apparently they were a smoker, because that is from a Marlboro menthol, which is what my mom used to smoke. That's how I know those. But yeah, so this side will go back to where it was. They had a dog that rode in here with them, apparently, and yeah, it's pretty filthy and disgusting, but I'm going to, so when I pull that seat out, then I will sweep and vacuum and clean this carpet up as good as I can before I lay the new black stuff in. So let me, yeah, here's the board. I got this I kind of whipped up this cup holder when I first got the car because I needed a cup holder. And here's my little tool kit that I carry in the old hank here. And I'm going to actually just set that right there because I'll grab this carpet. And one of these, it might end up being this one, is going to be my one of these picnic baskets. Here, I'll walk around the other side. Here, and I might be too close now, but so here's this picnic basket that I'm going to use that to carry my tools and my manuals and all that stuff that I have for Hank. And then we have this other one that is pretty nice, and that one will be probably used for actual picnic stuff, or it might go in the 35, the maroon, the burgundy turd rat rod that we have. So there was an avalanche of stuff, but that's okay. Yeah, so there's that. Here's my tool kit. I figure the picnic basket is a lot cooler than say toting around a little green and yellow purse. You know. So looks like the exhaust has gotten kind of warm a time or two. There's that. Got a new starter. If we got to replace the starter ever, you know, the old starter. And that, boy, that barely will not fit in the damn thing. So let's see what we got. There's a 7 old. And this is just a cookie sheet with an absorbent pad I put underneath there because Hank gets nervous around big crowds of people and he just piddles oil all over the place. So not all over the place, but it leaks a little bit by design. So I keep a little pan with in case we gotta do a real fancy parking lot or we don't want oil piddling on the ground. Now, old Hank here has recovered seats, and that doesn't mean that they were lost and I found them. That means that the old covers are, the old mohair is still under there, and they somebody put some vinyl jobs over the top of it. So. Oh, this is kind of a big one here to be in. Now I've never done this. I don't imagine many people have. I suppose everybody who's restored one of these, but you know. So I don't really know how this thing comes out of there, but judging by what I'm seeing, it's not too hard. And she's a door slammer. And since I broke my soft-headed hammering and haven't put a new handle on it. Let's go and drive those pins out that way. Oh, don't even need to. Alright. So there's that. That can go on the bench. Oh, they got a little weight to them. Well, there we go. The seats are out. Oh. So with the let's see here. So with the exception of four of these 7/16 quarter 20, they're quarter 20 thread 7/16 head bolts, and my little zip gun there, that was in real time of taking the seats out. So, and I imagine if it was the factory mount like it was on the passenger side, it would have been 2 minutes, and alakazam, things are out. So let's see, once I get this carpet measured and all that stuff and laid out, I will oh, had a little itch there. Once I get everything laid out, I will fire the camera back up and show you what I got going on. Well, it's been a couple hours here and I got her. Well, I don't know. We'll see what it looks like here. I think it looks all right. It doesn't look perfect. I was wondering how I was going to fasten this down back here. What I ended up doing was putting a wide bead of clear Lexil, about, oh, I don't know, somewhere in here, about 1.5 inches in, all the way around the back. Got her sticked down pretty good. I fucked up this front piece. As you can see, I cut it 2.5 inches too narrow. I followed the board. There's a board under here. I followed that board instead of this groove. So luckily I had another piece that wasn't quite long enough to make it all the way up. So I just kind of pieced it in 2 pieces. What I'll probably end up doing is stapling that. Oh, sorry about that. Stapling or gluing that that bottom piece down in place to that board that comes out. That thing's got to come out to do a bunch of stuff, change the battery or unhook it or whatever. And I think I can reach the transmission fill plug from there, some other stuff, but all in all, it didn't turn out super horrible. You can see there's that wood under there. So what I'll probably end up doing is using that Lexil and gluing along here so that kind of stays in place. This will hinge along here, then it'll just kind of be a floppy hinge. I'm gonna make a shifter boot out of, let me go around here. I'll pause this quick. And with the magic of TV, here I am at my sewing station. So I've got this this old buckskin here, and I've got a pretty, decent amount of it. Sorry about that. I've got most of a deer's worth anyways. And what I'll probably end up doing maybe is trying my hand at sewing up a little shifter boot to put around where I got that thing all kind of effed up. Let's see. where did my, there it is. And then here's my here's my cup holder. Screws fell out of it, but I don't remember how I had that. Probably something about like that. Yeah. So let's see. We'll zoom back out. Turn on the flash. So there's that cup holder, and what I'll probably end up doing, I don't know what I'll end up doing. Maybe cutting around that thing so that it comes out with that board or something, but I'll figure it out, and you guys will see it shortly after I see it. So looks like I gotta find some fasteners here to reaffix my kick panels, and yep, old Hank is coming along. Oh, I gotta trim this door card hits it, so I don't know if I can. I probably can't slide that door card up because I just went through and redid all the screws, so I'll just trim this off underneath there so that this sill plate tips down on the outside, and then that should be fine and dandy. So but yeah, it's I don't know, 11 o'clock at night, and I've had enough, so we'll pick this up tomorrow sometime, and I've got to go help an older feller, friend of mine, a customer at the shop that bought some fork seal parts and is having a hard time getting the forks apart to do the seals, so I'm going to go help him with that in the morning, and then I'll button up on old Hank there when I get home from that. So let's see. So I'm coming, Rob. Boy, that thing really picks up that screen, doesn't it? Let's see here. See, we got there a little Garage Fresh miniature button nugget, courtesy of Leroy. So I'll be stealing that. Alright, so we got this carpet in here as good as it's going to be. I don't like that I can see where the backing is from where I cut it. I'm going to do something about that. Maybe dab a little black paint on there. Something like that, you know, on the edges here and down into here. But yeah, you can see it's way better than it was. It's not as good as it should be or could be. But, you know, in the back here, let's see. In the back here, it's pretty decent. That went the best. Let me walk around the other side here. And, you know, here's this side. I still got to glue up there by where that choke rod goes through the floor. And then, let's see here. Oh. And I'll have to figure out where that cup holder sits. I'll have to run a vacuum through here as well. But overall, I'm pretty okay. I'm pretty alright with it. I said it's just it's a driver. It's not really a show car, so it is what it is. I mean, it's got, you know, stuff I built, this rusty ass ball hitch, different stuff. So that's that, and thanks for coming back and finishing the video if you did. I've been noticing my average view time is about like a minute and a half or something like that, so that tells me that my content is pretty much crap. And give me some suggestions of what I can do to fix that, because I'm not here to bore people or scare people away. So yeah, just I'm open to suggestions, and like and subscribe, and you watch the channel get better. All right, have a good one. Party on.